In statistics, it's important to get a good grasp on our data. One of the simplest and most helpful is visualization of the data. Welcome back to Engineering Statistics, where today we're going to talk about graphs. Let's say we have a sample of 25 students. We're going to visualize the students' grades and get a good look at everyone that is taking a certain class. We can express this data in several ways. First, we're going to group our data into bins. We can collapse this table into a frequency table. This tells us how many entries are in each bin. We can turn this table into a graph, and this gives us a histogram. This is very good for visualizing the shape of the data. The dot diagram is another way of seeing the shape and frequency of the data. However, the dot diagram does not use its bins. Another way to show all the data is the stem and leaf diagram. We take a data point and split it into two pieces, the stem and the leaf. The first digit goes here, and the rest of the number goes here. This gives us a compact way of showing all the data points in our experiment. And lastly for this example is the cumulative frequency plot. If we take the dot diagram and make the graph a series of delta functions, then the cumulative frequency plot is the integral of the dot diagram, scaled to a size from 0 to 1. For example, there is a 50% chance that a randomized student's grade would be less than or equal to 75. If we have data that is not numerical in nature, we can explain that in a pie chart. For example, telling us the percentages of energy sources across America. And lastly, if we are measuring a relationship between two variables in our samples, we can use a scatter plot to observe their relationship. This relationship is called correlation, and we'll get to it later on in Chapter 2. Now you know some of the basic graphs for visualizing data. Next time we'll find the mean, median, and mode. See you then.